everyone, I'm Dr. Sonali and I welcome you all to CSC Core Concepts in my playlist of Learning Data Science with Python. Now in this video, we are going to explore the NumPy library for linear algebra. In my previous video, we have discussed about the NumPy library in general, about its various functions. So we will focus on linear algebra, and in my upcoming video, we will discuss NumPy for statistical functions, right? So let's get started with NumPy. So it provides a built-in functions for performing complex calculation for linear algebra statistical operation, which helps you for doing some scientific computing. So if you are a researcher or you are a scientist, then you may need to do some complex calculations. Now let us see matrices. So we have understood about arrays, right? That we have known what how to convert. You have a list, okay, you have a 2D list, or you convert it into a type array, and we have performed so many functions on the arrays, like summing them up, finding out the mean, and so many, right? So now here we will see the NumPy arrays for matrices, providing additional functionalities here, and that it will help us to perform some fast and optimized array operation. Starting with the very basic matrix operation, that is your adding, subtraction, and division, right? So as I had told you that we are going to discuss this one, and before that coding, you just have to import the NumPy library, right? That's all you need to do. Now here I have created two arrays, and you may want to perform some addition and subtraction. So let's say you have array 1 is equals to, so how do we create arrays? These are all two-dimensional arrays. So I had told you to keep an eye on the square brackets, okay, because they are sometimes bit confusing. So you can create some arrays here, right? You have created a two-dimensional array. This is the first array which you had created, and you need to keep a track, okay? And you have an array 2, and for this also you are creating, you are generating some values, right? And here what we are going to do is that we are going to simply call it removing. Okay, so this is what we have generated, two arrays. Now you want to perform some subtraction addition. So we have some inbuilt functions like dot add, dot subtract, dot divide, right? So we can simply call them print. You can call np dot add, and in the arguments you have to give the array 1 and array 2, right? And of course you can print over here also what you want to do it, what are you doing it. So you can say you are adding, right? So you can say addition operation. Similarly, you can have your subtraction using the dot subtract function and division. Now for matrix multiplication, there are two ways. One is the you have element wise multiplication, that is a different thing, and you have the matrix multiplication. So if I have a matrix multiplication, let's say for example, how do we do the matrix multiplication? Let's say I have a matrix like this, okay, and this is 6 7 0 1, right? So we proceed in this direction, right? So I will write down 1 into 6 plus 3 into 7. So this is your matrix multiplication. And the another multiplication which can be done here also, that is a element wise, means 1 will be multiplied by 6, 3 will be multiplied by 0. So they both are different. So you can have one function is your np dot multiply. So you can say you have the function multiply. So if you are using the multiply function, then you can say np dot multiply, okay, and you pass on the two arrays which you have. And another one is your print dot, okay, that is matrix multiplication. Okay, so if you have a matrix multiplication, there you can write down np dot dot, okay. So you have to use the dot function, and you simply have to pass the array 1 and array 2 as the argument. So that will give you different set of results, right? So this is about your basic operations. Without NumPy matrix multiplication, how will you do? You will generate two loops, for loops, one inner loop, one outer loop, and you will multiply. It's not like that you cannot do, but yeah, it will be time consuming and lengthy. Now again, you can have certain functions, like if you want to find out the square root. So the function for finding out the square root is .sqrt. If you want to sum up all the elements of the matrix, that is sum, right? Now column wise sum, if you remember in my previous video I discussed dot sum. You can, if you are not mentioning anything about axis, then it will sum up all elements. If you are writing axis 0, means it will perform column wise sum, and this will perform your row wise sum. Understood? So this is all your done. Now if you want to have the transpose of the matrix, that is x dot t, right? That will give you the transpose. So you can print you array1 dot t. Okay. So this will create a transpose of your matrix. Okay. Yeah, sorry, dot t was in some other version, I guess. So you have to write np dot transpose. Yeah, you have to use this function dot transpose. You can get the transpose of your matrix. Now products on the matrix, there are three types of products we can do on the matrix. One is the inner product. Inner product is also called as the dot product, which we have done already seen in my previous slides. So you define two vectors, two arrays you have defined. Okay, and inner product you can use using the dot inner function. So it will return you the inner dot product of two matrices. So you can use multi-dimensional arrays, and you can use the function np dot inner. Second type of product operation which you can do is the outer product of, it will create a matrix where each element is the product of elements from both the vectors, right? So if you have the outer product, you can use this, right? And you can create dot outer function. Now what you can do is that you can create one, you can try this all code, and you can find out, like those who are learning mathematics or those who are doing their work in mathematics, for them it is very easy for them to understand, right? What do you mean by the inner product and all? But those who are in separate fields, for them they can try it as you can see the results, right? And you can make out what is the difference between them. So basically you can see I have defined here two arrays. Now I can say, if I am saying inner, so if I am saying inner product, then what will I do is I will just call the function np dot inner, and I will pass both the arrays, right? So this is there, right? This is the inner product is 66. Now if I can say print outer, right? If I am saying outer, AI recognizes what am I going to write? Outer A comma B, right? So it will give me the outer product, right? So it is creating an array. Now another third one is the cross product. It is defined for 3D vectors, right? So it produces a new vector that is perpendicular to both the vectors. That is called as the cross product, and it can be done using the np dot cross function. So I can simply extend it to a 3D array here, not a problem. So to check out what the cross product will give us, so we can write down cross and np dot cross, right? And I can pass on these two vectors, and it will give me a whole set of new values. Understood? So inner product is has remained same, because when you do 0 into 1, so it was 0. Okay, so 2 3s are 6 plus 6 into 10, 60. So 6 plus 60 is 66. So inner product is 66. This is the outer product, and this is the cross product, right? So you understood. Now there are other functions, like to find out the determinant and the inverse of a matrix. Sometimes we use it. If specifically when you are using your principal component analysis, as on when we will proceed, we will see those algorithms also. So when you are doing principal component analysis, you need to find out the eigenvalues and the eigenvectors. So in that process, sometimes you require to find out the determinant, the inverse, the adjoint. Okay, so in order to do all those, you can use this function. So What is the library? Here we are using numpy.linearalgebra.determinant. It will give you the determinant of a value. Let us create one array, say capital A. You can write down np.array, and I can define one array here, a two-dimensional array. Let's define a two-dimensional array, 1, 2, and here it is, let's say 3, 4, right? And if I want to print, let's say np dot, what is the function? Linear algebra dot determinant, and I want to find out the determinant of A. This is the determinant of A, right? Now, if you want to find out, there are two ways of finding determinant. This is dot determinant function is for the medium small size matrices. But if you have a very large matrix, okay, if you are doing a very complex calculation, then the if you are using S log determinant, okay, this function will give you the sign, the logarithm of the determinant separately, which will help you to prevent the overflow or underflow when you are dealing with very large values. Okay, so this is another function which you can use it. So this will return two things. So you are taking two variables, it will return the sign and the logarithm value. So this is what you have, the values, right? Now, if you want to find out the inverse exists. What is an inverse of a matrix? Will exist only if it is a non-singular matrix. So you need to revise your mathematical knowledge, right? So the determinant should not be 0 because you divide by the determinant. It should not be 0. So determinant and adjoint, we can easily find the determinant. Now if you know the determinant, if you have the adjoint, you can easily find out the inverse, right, of a square matrix using this formula. This is known to you all. So how will you find out the inverse? The other way also, it will find out the inverse in this way. You give a matrix and you simply write out the function, so it will find out the inverse for you, right? So this is what, and you have to have eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Let us do one thing. Let us find out the inverse here. So I have print inverse. Okay. So np dot linear algebra dot inverse, and I am passing this A, right? And now if I want to find out the eigenvalues and the eigenvectors, so for that I have library. But yeah, here eigenvalues and eigenvectors, this will give you two things, two values it will return. One is eigenvalue and one is eigenvector. So that is why you have to take two variables. So linear algebra dot the function is EIGA. Understood? And now you can print EIG and eigenvalue. So if you are doing some problems, you can easily give your values here and you can see how you will get all the answers, right? So easy to do, right? So eigenvalue and the eigenvector. So you can separately also you can write this is the eigenvalue as you like it. You can just simply print it. Okay, print eigenvector. Right, separately also it can print it. So this is what is about your linear algebra. So you can find out so many problems you can solve, complex calculations also you can do. So in my next video we are going to discuss the NumPy functions, library functions for performing some statistical analysis. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe and share it among those who can get benefited. Thank you.